Welcome to a very special edition of the Chirp Kings podcast. We have our first guest today, and we couldn't be more excited. He has played college ball at Tusculum, at Emmanuel, finished his college career at West Georgia. He just finished up in the Draft League. He is the only guy that I know that can say he throws 95. Let's clap it up today for our guest, Alava Dosie Drakeford. Very happy to have you on today.
Yeah, this has been our dog for years. I mean, the two of us grew up playing baseball with this kid, and we always knew he was going to be something special. And it's really cool that we're kind of seeing that come to fruition now.
Yeah, dude. 10 years. We've known each other a decade now. We're about 23 now. We started playing ball together right after our 12U season. Mm-hmm. So it's been a long time coming. We couldn't be more happy to have anybody else as a first-time guest to the show. So we're super excited. And just thanks for coming on, dude.
Of course, man. Thank you guys for having me. Y'all been doing y'all thing. It's good to watch y'all. And, we've been boys forever. So it's good to kind of finally be a part of it in my own different way. So
yeah, man, we're excited. We were talking in one of our podcasts recently about him coming on. We didn't tell people who was coming on, just that we had somebody coming on. He's going to hop in some of our shorts too, so if you watch some of the games we play and stuff, he's going to start being in some of those. So you'll see his face around the podcast, which is going to be super cool. But I wanted to start. So we played together, growing up, and I had a few small offers before my elbow decided that we were going to have other plans. So I didn't really get to see what that process looked like. I don't really know what the recruitment process looks like, especially in baseball. We talked to a few people about the football recruiting process, but baseball is a lot different. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more schools, a lot more avenues, D3, D2, all of those things are kind of in play. Of
course.
You started at Tusculum, which was a D2 university. Talk to us a little bit about how TU ended up being your choice, kind of how you ended up there, and then what D2 ball looks like.
Of course. Well, getting to Tusculum and having to move away was kind of scary, but in all, it was the best choice for me because of nursing. That's something I kind of wanted to pursue. And then I went there, felt it out, did nursing classes. It was easy to balance, but kind of realized I was good at baseball, and I was like, maybe this could be my home. So had a great year at Tusculum, learned a few things, had a few great coaches, and I kind of developed better as a college ball player, but kind of realized that it's a lot tougher than it seems, especially, travel ball, it's fun, it's great, but it's more of a job once you get to college. So TU taught me that, but it was honestly a great first place to call home, and I wouldn't change anything about it.
Yeah, we went up there a few times. We had some good times at TU.
Believe it or not, it is in Tennessee, but it is cold up there, dude.
Yeah, it gets cold in Tennessee. What are you talking about?
I mean, when you think of the South or Southeast, obviously it gets a little chilly down here in the winter, but that was it was snowing up there. And we don't normally get a whole lot of snow down here.
Well, fun fact, I went to Tusculum because it was in the South. I didn't want to go up north and go play baseball in the cold, and I get to campus and the fall is fine, and then November rolls around and it's snowing on the baseball field. So
y'all both stupid. I don't know why y'all thought Tennessee wasn't cold. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. It's the northern part of the South. Yeah, it doesn't snow in Florida, but we're talking about Tennessee here.
Yeah.
Anyways, you talked about some development there and just kind of learning how to be a college ball player. Mm-hmm. What did that mean to you? What are some things that, in terms of the preparation, your practice, the schedule, what are some of those things that were a lot different than travel ball, which we obviously played together, so we kind of know each other's preparation, which I know for both of us at times was not much. So talk to us about that preparation and just kind of what the adjustment was. What were some new things?
Yeah, exactly what you said. With travel ball, it was more fun, leisure. We're just out there having a great time with the boys, and it's still that way with college, but every day you have to do something to perfect your craft. You're waking up, you have weights, it's 5 a.m., you don't want to go do it, but you have to. And then you got to go to school, and then you got to go back and do practice. Then just when you think you're done, you're like, did I do everything I could to get better today? Like, what more do I need to work on to be the best ball player I can be? So you're sitting there doing plyo ball drills at 11 p.m. outside just to try to get better. And then it just kind of falls into a cycle and you're doing it each and every day. So before you know, you're playing a lot more baseball than you think. So it's a big shift, but, you know, it's essential to be the best ball player you can.
Yeah, so you were at TU for 1 year,
Mm-hmm.
and you transferred to Emmanuel. Played at Emmanuel for 2. We had some good times up there in Athens. Some things maybe we won't talk about on the podcast, but we had some good times. What led to, I mean, I know personally, but what led to that transfer? What were some of the defining moments of that? What were some of the things that you were like, okay, I see this place being able to expand my career in these ways versus where you were at TU? Because obviously, you know, we both know, like, you enjoyed TU. We enjoyed coming up to TU. Like, it was a good spot. You were having a good time there, and then you transfer. So what kind of led to that?
Yeah, so like I said, TU was a great place to call my first home, but I wasn't getting everything I needed from the kind of like the backside that you don't really see, as in like nutrition, training, and kind of like athletic training staff. We had great people that could support us, but I ran into a lot of injuries and things of that nature and kind of felt stuck and lost and not really much guidance. So I decided it was best to kind of move back closer to home and have not like looking from a different school that's going to give me like the facilities, but being closer to home, I have training facilities back home like Pinnacle Prospects, and we can go there and get my work in the off season and not have to really worry about much. So and Tusculum had took away their nursing program my freshman year, and that's really what I was passionate about. So I was like, time to come back up to Georgia, enjoy it, close to home, close to family. So that was my main driving point of going home.
Yeah. So obviously, you know, training at Pinnacle, we've seen that over the years, like, and how they've helped you through your arm injuries, some rehabbing. I know last summer you were working on arm slots a lot. We were having to get away from this and get more here because the shoulder, as you get older, can't take this. The elbow can't take this anymore. So obviously that was huge. And Emmanuel too, you guys were pretty competitive in Division II. You made the tournament your last year, I believe. Kind of went on a stretch at the end of the season there. A little bit of a heater. Talk to us about what that was like being in that competitive environment and like a tournament like that, right? Like Division II, I don't care if it's D3, even the JUCO World Series, right? Like that's a cool thing to say you were a part of. So like, what was that like? What's the locker room like when all you guys are like, oh, we're going on a run, like we're gonna make it, we're making the tournament? What's that kind of looking like?
Yeah, so I was at Emmanuel for 3 years, but only got to play the two, you know. But it's electric, and I got a little bit of the feel while I was at Tusculum. We did make we made the end of our tournament, but kind of fizzled out low. But at Emmanuel, we made the tournament, and we were getting hot, just like the heater you said, and it's electric. I can't think of any other way to put it. You know, it kind of brings you and the guys closer, and it's like anybody, like why not us? Like anybody can do it. And little small school in Royston, Georgia, no one thought we could do it, and we had a great coaching staff. Shout out Brandon Hennessy, love that guy. Shout out Jeff Kilgore, just love all those guys, and they always believed in us, and they kind of knew what it meant to grind and not have a lot of things like given to you, especially in like college baseball.
Yeah, especially in that setting, you know, like Division II, III, JUCO, like you're grinding to try and make it to that next level, right? Like whether that next level for you is D1, whether that's some indie ball or some draft league stuff, whether that's maybe you get drafted, maybe you get a minor league deal, like you're always trying to work to that next step. And this past year, you took that next step. We have talked about it for as long as I've known you. It was both of our dreams, and I was so excited and so happy to see that you finally achieved that dream. I felt like I was kind of living through you in a sense, like in you accomplishing that. I felt like I had accomplished that in a sense, like we were like right there together on that. So talk to us about making that leap, playing for West Georgia this past year in your final year, and just in their first year of Division I, right? And you finally get to say, right, like you were a Division I college baseball player. What does that mean to you? And like, how important was that to you to achieve that goal?
Yeah, real quick, let's just give a clap real quick.
Yeah, we'll give it a clap.
For the
we'll give it a clap.
For the D1 year there.
Division I, yeah, absolutely.
Well, like you said, you guys have been along with me for the whole entire ride. And like little things like me and Lance throwing out there outside in the apartment parking lot. And then me and you always doing something baseball related, always throwing.
Fidgeting with a ball.
Exactly.
We're messing with grips. Like here's how I hold my two seam.
We're speaking of arm slot in the living room chilling.
I'm like, hey, are you loading the backside? Like, what does that leg load look like? All those types of things.
Like little things like that, I didn't take for granted because I knew it was going to be something that I needed, but I also didn't realize I think of those cues when I'm practicing and when I'm training, and ultimately helped me become a better ball player while I was at Emmanuel. And then had great support from our coaching staff and kind of helped me because I was hurt and I had exhausted all my eligibility. But 2022 to 2023, I couldn't play much. And I ended up getting a medical red shirt. So just, had a kind of a tough conversation with the Emmanuel staff, but they ultimately thought it was best for me to do whatever I decided I needed to do for myself, and encouraged me to go play and enjoy it. So started looking around. Coach Nabalski at West Georgia, I was able to contact him, and great guy, very, very supportive, and told me I could be a Division I baseball player. So we went, and the rest is history there.
So yeah, kind of just recapping some of the year that you had at West Georgia. What was the shift in the environment and the experience like? Because at Emmanuel and Tusculum, you're playing a bunch of schools that really nobody has heard of. But this past year, you were playing big schools like Stetson, who made the tournament, who's in your conference. You went on the road to play Georgia. You went on the road to play Auburn, Georgia Tech,
Tennessee.
Playing
up in Knoxville, and that field looked, oh my God, dude, that field looked awesome.
Just got to say, Lindsey Nelson is beautiful.
So was there kind of like a culture shock between Tusculum and West Georgia, or Tusculum and Emmanuel, and then coming to West Georgia, or was it just like kind of taking it in and appreciating it?
Like was it more of a smooth shift, or did you see more of a big jump maybe in like competition and preparation and like the day-to-day aspects of Division I baseball versus Division II baseball?
Got you. Well, competition-wise, honestly, it's not much different. Being in the Conference Carolinas and the South Atlantic Conference in D2 baseball, you're playing a whole bunch of dogs. There's some guys that they're trying to get up just like you are. They're trying to make their way up the ladder. So competition-wise, I wouldn't say it was different. I know a few guys can back me on that. Shout out Jared Beebe. But now facility-wise and just the training and the day of life is significantly different. You're on long bus road trips for a midweek that you didn't think you'd have to go to, and it's very fortunate, but it's trying. It's a grind. You have to kind of just tell yourself to lock in and day out and know you're doing it for a reason to make it to that next step after. But it's unreal. Like sometimes you just, when I was in Knoxville, just had to sit there and breathe and take it all in as I take the mound and face some of the best ball players
in the country.
In college baseball.
I think you faced like the 1, 2, and 3 in their lineup. Like
I did.
Ensley. I think that's the only guy I remember off the top of my head. But
we're talking about the defending national champions, the defending college baseball national champions. You're on the road, and you're facing some guys that could be day one draft picks in the coming years. But you don't feel like that level of competition was very different between D1 and D2.
Yeah, no, because outside, yes, you do have the wow factor guys, especially when you go play your Georgia and your Tennessees and your Georgia Techs. But, just as a whole team, it's the same because you got guys at North Greenville and Barton and just places like those schools in D2 where those guys are just as good. It's just not much of a big platform for them, so they don't get as much traction. But there's like Keelan at Tennessee. There's some guys to where it's just.
Well, I remember you said when you were in D2, there were a couple guys who they were D1 athletes coming out of high school, but maybe it was an injury or maybe they weren't getting a whole lot of playing time, and they would transfer down to D2. So you were already facing D1 talent at a D2 level.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
Is you faced a lot of talent, and you've seen kind of all sides of college baseball. We were talking about that next step, right? Like we're always trying to get to that next rung on the ladder. Mm-hmm. That next rung on the ladder for you is trying to get that minor league deal. You played in a draft league.
The MLB Draft
League. The MLB Draft League. Let me not forget that part. That's important. You played in a Major League Baseball Draft League. You played in something connected to the major leagues, right? To me, like, if you would have told either one of us that we would have been doing that at 13, we would have laughed at you.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
We would have said,
100%.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. But I don't think, and I know it's not where you want to be yet, but I think it's important to, like, acknowledge where you've been and how far you came. I mean, I've seen all the arm injuries you went through. I mean, it took one little snap of my elbow and we're done, right? Like, you fought through a lot of things and came back, and to finally make it there, like, one, that's such a huge accomplishment, but two, it's also just, like, a testament to, like, your hard work and, like, just staying the course, and, like, that if you want something bad enough, you can find a way to get it. And I think that that's really important for a lot of, like, the younger guys coming up that maybe weren't taking it as serious at 12, 13, 14, like we were, you know, kind of out there just playing to play. But so what would you say to those kids at 13, 14, 15 that have these big aspirations, that when they're asked, you know, at school and they're asked to write something or in the yearbook, they go, you know, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's an MLB player. What's your message to those kids? Obviously, you know, we want them to enjoy it. It's all about having fun. You should have fun, but what's something that you've learned over the last decade that you think could help some of the younger guys out there really, like, elevate their game physically, mentally, emotionally? Like, what are some things you think would help that younger generation?
Of course. Number one thing is stay the course. Like, your course might look way different from anybody else's, especially guys you train with, guys you grow up with. And, like, for me, I didn't think, like, I thought I was going to go to UCLA when I was 11. I was like, I want to go to UCLA, Miami, schools like this.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you're 16, you're looking at offers, and it's small D2. You're like, I don't want that. Then more offers keep rolling in, and you see, like, this is where I am. You have to be real about it. You have to be realistic, because everyone has dreams to go play and, like, Power 4. But sometimes this is not God's plan for you. So you have to really stay the course and put in maximum effort at whatever level it is for you, because that's your own course. And another thing I learned over these years is don't take it for granted, because, like you said, it could be done whenever. So any chance you do have to go out there and compete and play your best, you have to give all the glory to God and then just go attack it 100%.
Yeah, really kind of taking it as another opportunity instead of a setback. Like you said, it's not everybody's dream to go play at Tusculum University or Barton or wherever it might be in the country, but in your specific case, you accepted where you were at and you took it and you kept working, and you turned the D2 opportunity into a D1 opportunity. You turned that into a draft league opportunity, and now you have more opportunities here. So just because you're not going to LSU or Georgia or any of these big schools, your career is not over.
Yeah, and just you were able to be appreciative of where you were at and what you had, but you weren't complacent. And I think that's two things that people struggle with sometimes, right? Is like, you shouldn't be mad that you're going to play D3 ball or D2 ball, right? Like, I would have killed to play D3 ball. And I couldn't. And that's okay, right? Like, we move on and life goes on. But when you're given those opportunities, it might not be where you want to be at right away. but don't be discouraged, right? Use it as encouragement. Use it as fuel to the fire like you have over the years to continue to get better and go, no, I know I can do this. I just need somebody else to believe that I can do this, right? So I love what you said about just staying the course and yeah, just being happy and being appreciative and thankful of the opportunities you were afforded, but not being complacent and working as hard as you can to improve those opportunities you were given. So I love that. The last thing we'll touch on baseball related is the draft league. I think baseball is one of those sports, unlike the NFL or unlike even really like the NBA, not so much a clear path to becoming a pro, right? Like there's a lot of different avenues. You chose to play in this draft league this summer. Talk to us about how that transpired and what that looked like, you know, kind of day to day, what the games were looking like, the feel, all those kinds of things.
Oh, of course. Just by, you know, staying the course and falling up the ladder, I ended up at University of West Georgia and met a whole bunch of great guys, and one specifically in Brendan Parks. And he's definitely had a hard path for his own self, and he's kind of known how to work around it, and he knows how to stay the course well. So I kind of just learned from him and kind of just fed off of him. And we became really close. He was my roommate, and he kind of had a few connections with people out in the baseball world, and got this great guy named Darren Kent, and he was able to allow us to both go pursue baseball past college. And we were looking at indie ball and things of that nature, and just applied for the draft league, tried to get in. I heard it was a league, a whole bunch of P4 guys that have already played pro baseball, guys that got drafted, maybe released. But that's kind of the competition we're looking at. So I was like, I mean, yeah, you know, throw me out there. I mean, I might not make it, but I'll at least grind during the off season and hopefully get a call back. Who knows? And sure enough, grinding the off season, I get a text saying, "Congratulations, like you've been accepted into MLB Draft League." And it was just overwhelming joy, and I didn't think I'd ever make it to the point where I'd be getting paid to play baseball. And I call Parks, he gets the same text, and I'm like, oh man, this is great. What team you going to? He was like, Trenton Thunder. I'll be in Trenton, New Jersey. So I was like, no way, me too. So being able to share that with him and seeing the plan that like God put this person in my life, then God helps you grow with him, and it's just surreal. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh well, I have the opportunity to go play professional baseball. Just go do it. I didn't think I was ready, but I was like, I mean, can't do much.
You may never get that. Yeah. You may never get that opportunity again. You know, you got to take it when you get it.
You have to trust that your training is enough. You have to trust that you've done everything in your power
to be ready
to succeed. Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, I went and arguably had the best season of my entire life playing baseball. I went in I've topped 90, 92, 93 in the past. 2 weeks in, we're throwing every day. Arm has never felt this load, and next thing you know, I'll pop out at 95. Then I do it again the next day, and God has a plan. It's weird how it works. Just to think, it's just surreal to think that like it's only really the beginning. Like it feels like the end, but it's just the beginning.
So it was kind of, like you said, the best season that you've had up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
So now that that's over and you're kind of at home, kind of taking a break right now, what are the next steps for you? Are you kind of just like waiting on a text or a call, or are you still like trying to go out and get eyes on yourself or something of that nature?
Of course. At this point in my career, everybody's watching and anybody's watching. You never know when you'll get that call or get that chance, so you have to stay prepared. And let's see. Right now we're just gonna train, see what happens in free agency, but I'm gonna be realistic about it. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, I should get signed after that year I just had. But had a great year, so who knows what happens. But been fortunate enough to have a few independent ball options lined up after this year coming up. So we're definitely gonna work for that and grind and get the most out of my body. Road to 100 starts now. I'm gonna try to hit 100 miles per hour. I mean, I never thought I'd hit 95, so we might as well just up the ante a little bit.
If you hit 100, I got to step in the box. I gotta see it. I gotta see it once. I just gotta see what that looks like coming down the barrel of the gun right there.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's awesome, man. We're just so excited for you. I think outside of this, like, we talk ball all the time. You know, like when we call each other, like, it's really just, how's ball been? How's your arm feeling? Like, all those kinds of things. So just seeing where you're at, it's super cool. It's a blessing for us to kind of have this platform to be able to bring you on and just kind of, I mean, we've all hung out and done stupid shit and had a lot of fun over the years, you know, like all those types of things. So this has just been awesome.
And now we're all unks.
No, yeah, we're all... my knees are definitely on, dude. Golly, I should have felt them things when I woke up this morning. I'm gonna have to get one of them pull-up bars here soon to get out of bed.
Yep.
I'm gonna need one of those chairs that sits on the wall and help me go up the stairs. I sit in that and just hit the button.
I'm gonna have to get a ranch house at 30 just because I can't walk upstairs anymore. So real quick before we finish up today, we have a segment, and I didn't prepare you for this before, so if you can't think of anything, it's okay.
Okay.
Our segment, it's my brainchild. It's my baby.
Okay.
It's called the Good Look of the Week. So I'll explain good look. I know you're an avid watcher of the show.
Yeah.
So just for the people watching, I'll explain to you.
I already know what it is.
I'll explain to you just in case. So the Good Look of the Week can go to literally anything, right? Whatever's a good look. So your good look could be you were walking to class this week. Your book bag was open. You didn't realize it was open. Somebody walks up behind you, taps you on the shoulder. Hey, bro, just want to let you know your book bag's unzipped. I can zip it up for you real quick. He zips it up. You don't get none of your shit robbed. Like, it's a good look, right?
Good look.
My good look, I think it was 2 weeks ago, was a hot shower after a long day at work.
Yep.
Nothing feels better. So it can be anything that you kind of thought of either this week. Maybe you can make it baseball related. It can be something life related. You can do one of each if you kind of have both. And we'll kind of just go around the room. I know we just hit ours earlier in the week. Do you have anything right now?
Give me like a minute.
Okay.
Give me a
Do you
minute.
want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay. I'm going to have to work through this one a little bit. My good look of the week is a good night's rest after a long, hard week. I'm talking about you grinded Monday through Friday, and you look at your body of work for the week, and you go, damn it, that's a Hall of Fame resume right there. Like, I just put on display maybe the greatest display of human hard work and just perseverance over this 5-day span. I've slept 21 hours in 5 days. I've consumed, my stats for the week are 17 Red Bulls, 8 coffees, 7 meals, and a whole lot of hope and prayer. And now I'm going to sleep on Friday night for 12, 13, 14 hours. I'm going to wake up at noon, 1, 2 o'clock on Saturday, and I don't give a damn. And it feels damn good. So a good night's sleep after a long, hard, Hall of Fame resume-worthy week is my good look.
You want to go next?
Yeah, I'm prepared.
You got something? All right, let's hear it. Let's go. I'm excited for this.
So I'm gonna have to work through this one as well.
All right, it's our first guess good look.
Okay.
So don't screw it up.
Got you.
No pressure though.
I know easy, right? I have 2. So my first one will definitely be, it's kind of baseball related. So we finished up our season September 4th, and I've kind of just been home, not knowing what else to do. And then had this great pitching coach, Bobby Jones, played in the major leagues, and he looks at me and he goes, "Son, do not touch a baseball. Don't even worry about it. Get fat. You know what I'm saying? Chill. You deserve the time off." So I'd honestly have to say my good look is finally being able to do that, because embracing the grind, I've never not played baseball or touched a baseball for more than 4 weeks. So good look would definitely have to be accepting and embracing nothingness.
Some R&R.
Yeah.
Some R&R, some
Straight
much needed R&R.
Just embracing that, so that has to be a good look because I was struggling with it at the beginning. Like I can't even lie, I was like, it's like itching.
And you're like, but your arm needs to break.
Mm-hmm.
Your arm needs to break. Okay, so a little
100%.
R&R. That's the first one.
That's the first one, and then secondly, it's a spiritual one.
Okay.
And I know it's not really talked much about, but just knowing that you're growing in your relationship with the Lord and Christ, that has to be my second good look.
I love that.
Just finding more time to, especially now that I have a lot of time because I'm not playing ball, and kind of just designating space for the Lord and being able to elevate my worship and prayer, and that, guys, has to be my second good look.
I love
That's
that
awesome,
one.
dude.
That's a great one, and I think that's super important for people our age, right? With like so much stuff going on in the world around us all the time, and so much negativity. Like carving out time and space for that relationship, which should be your most important relationship. But we're young, right? We're all on our grind. We want to be successful in whatever we want to be successful in. It's easy to forget sometimes. So I love that the first thing you thought of when somebody told you like, hey bro, it's time to rest for a little bit, was like, this area of my life needs to get right. So I love that. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Lance, I don't think you can top those, but let's hear yours.
I can't, but I was thinking of one, and I was like, we're not going to really rock with that, so I pivoted real quick. My good look is going to be whether it's like a new pair of shoes or T-shirt, hat, outfit, whatever. Just going out and getting a new outfit and getting to put it on display, whether it be like a date or going out with the boys or going on a trip. Just getting that new outfit and looking in the mirror and being like, this is dope. I look good. I feel good. This is going to be a good night.
And Mr. Put Your Shit On.
Uh-huh.
Put that shit on. Absolutely. Nah, that's a good one, man.
Steph.
That's a good one. And we're going to be doing a lot of that. We got a trip coming up with the boys here in about a little under 4 weeks now.
Coming up quick.
We're approaching go time.
Maybe we'll do a vacation episode.
Maybe we'll do a little vlog. Comment if you've made it this far in the episode. Comment if you want a little boys vlog trip, because it would be our first vlog. It'd be super cool, and you're going to see a lot more of D on the channel. So hopefully he becomes kind of a full-time guest. Or I guess at that point he's not a guest. He'd be a host. He'd be a co-host.
Hey.
You know, contract negotiations are underway. It is the off season. He was talking about free agency, so we're throwing the kitchen sink at him, guys. We're throwing everything out there.
Signed a different deal than I expected, but you know,
Probably a little bit less money than he was expecting. We're not on no Shannon Sharp timing over here.
We don't have the capital that the Milwaukee Brewers do.
We don't have first take resources, but you never know what's gonna happen. I think that's a good place to wrap it up. I think that was a great episode.
I hope you guys enjoyed the first guest that we have had on the Chirp Kings podcast. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Little kind of bouncing back and forth, but I feel like we touched on a lot of good things there.
A little shaky. We're working on ourselves as podcasters, right? It's an art. I don't think people realize how hard it is to keep a conversation going knowing that other people are listening, right? Like we're wanting to have a real and authentic conversation. Like none of this is scripted, obviously. I didn't even have any of these questions written down. But it is hard to kind of keep in a fluent pace and not have any stagnant time. So we're doing our best for you guys. So bear with us. We hope you enjoyed it. D, let the people know where they can find you real quick. Socials or anything like that.
got you. Instagram will be Alava Drakeford, just first name, last name. That's it. I'm only on Instagram.
Only on Instagram. Only on Instagram.
Well, that's easy.
Nice and simple. The man won't answer his phone, doesn't answer calls or texts. God forbid you snap him. You're never getting a snap back.
They know where I live.
I'd be on delivery for 8 days.
They know where I live. They know where to find me.
All right, guys.
Don't forget to hit that like button, comment if you enjoyed the video, and smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers on the pod.
And share it with Betty, Sue, and Larry. Share it at your local grocery store. Share it at the farmer's market.
Share it with the dude across from you at the gas station.
Fly a flag on your car going down the road. Get a little Chirp Kings flag. Let people know what the hell is up.
Interrupt your professor in class.
And before you guys end, I just want to say it's my first time on camera, and I just want to thank you guys for allowing me to feel comfortable. It just felt like we were talking as the good old days.
I told you, man, like we're a podcast. We are the boys for the boys type of podcast, right? Like
we're the podcast for the people,
for the people,
by the people,
yeah,
of the people,
of the people for sure, of the people for sure.
Trademark that, put that on a sign somewhere.
No, I do. I'm just glad to have you on, man. Like, obviously, it wasn't hard to get you on. Like, we didn't have to twist your arm or anything. Like, you're our dog, but I know, like, we've been doing this for 2 years now, right? Like, we're used to being on camera. We're already prepared for some of those shitty comments we get and people hating on us. But as somebody who's not really on the social side, like, not out there a lot, it can be intimidating for sure. So I just wanted you to know that going into it, that, like, be comfortable. We're just going to chop it up. We're not going to ask you any, like, hard-ass hitting questions. Yeah. And if it's terrible, we'll scrap it and record another one. You know, like, we can always do another take. But, no, man, it was great. I couldn't be more thrilled with how that turned out, and I hope everybody out there watching enjoyed it as much as we did. That is going to conclude our first episode. It's going to drop, well, you'll know when it drops because it's already going to see it. But moving forward, any more interviews that we have, any more guests that we have, will always be posted Tuesday mornings at 6 a.m. So you'll get that video on Tuesday mornings, and then we'll still put out our normal podcast where we talk some ball, recap NFL and college football, preview the upcoming week, give our good looks, talk about some college life, what it means to be a young adult man in today's society, and just all of those good kind of things. We just chop it up. So those are still out every Thursday. We really appreciate you guys for watching. We will see you next week. Peace.